Yeah, so from here, I presume I do this, and then I do that. Yeah, I guess so, right? Investigate. Oh, what Pokemon do I want to send out first? I was gonna save before I waste a bazillion Pokeballs. There he be. How'd I get back over here? What? Am I just some sort of, like, crazy gymnast off camera? I was just on that dome. And the moment Yveltal started flying over, I teleport over here. I didn't realize that my character was, like, some sort of Assassin's Creed assassin with the rooftop parkour. But only when you're not looking, because we can't design those animations. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot start polls. You want me to start a poll? I don't even know how I would differentiate the different Trevors there. R3D's on my wavelength? What is even being said? What is R3D? You've detected Yveltal's life force. I suppose you must have found it. I know that's supposed to say good God, but Yveltal is an extremely dangerous Pokemon. I trust you will take care. That guy. That narrowed it down. It's me. Oh. You know you've got to catch it, right? It's a big job, but you ought to be up to it. Okay, I've heard that he apparently just crawls or something. Yveltal appeared. Where's the music? I assume it's coming in. Yeah, there it is. Oblivion Wing. Ooh, I'm getting frozen immediately. He's just stuck like that and his head keeps moving. He's like, what the hell? You're continuing to smack me. Push him off the roof. Oh my God. Oh my God. I really wish you stayed frozen longer. That was really quite funny. Did I get food poisoning again? No, I did not. I'm just used to saying Redora Master. I thought R3D was some sort of other acronym for something. Like, R3 derangement something or other. Now I've got that derangement thing on my mind. Open them. Oh my God. That was close there. Imagine being in that building, just hearing the battle from the ceiling. They're looking up the ceiling like, what the hell is going on up there? This is a shopping center. Oh, you can't even see through the glass in this game. I should have figured. But this is literally a shopping center. People would look up and be like, what the heck? Can I fall off this? Oh, I can't. It would have been a little funny. Okay, I don't know. Crawls over. They don't have Yveltal fly in this game. They just have him crawl. Wait, I should do what I did to Xerneas. Shouldn't I? I'm now realizing. Wait, I have sleep powder, not toxic. But, like, I'll do that too. Uh-oh. Yeah, somebody just wants to buy some new shoes and there's just that going on above them. The glass shatters and shards rain down upon them while they're buying new shoes. Oh my God. Okay. Yikes. I think Fairy is super effective against Dark, right? Maybe Light Screen first and foremost. Appreciate that you're 8 levels lower. Considering Yveltal, I don't think they're conscious enough. What? Anyway, Yveltal crawling is awesome as fuck, and I love how menacing it is. Wish. Wait, you restore your HP? Oh my God, this thing's gonna be freaking impossible to capture. If you can heal yourself. I think your, like, trademark move heals you, doesn't it? Oblivion Wing. It heals you a little bit. Oh my God, this is gonna be friggin' impossible. At least you don't have, like, recover or something like that. But that's still really friggin' annoying. I can't do anything, man. I gotta chill out. Here. Of how much powerful Pokemon get nerfed for gameplay purposes when compared to their Pokédex entries. Yeah, that's definitely a recurring theme there. Whoops. Dang it. Things coming along okay there. Okay, Yveltal is the god of death. It's reasonable to assume that's draining energy from the surrounding organisms. God, I'm just trying to shop. I have done, like, next to no holiday shopping yet. It's been a little bit of a crazy year for myself and my family and continues to be. And I've just not really considered much at all. I have a couple gifts already picked up. But not much. I picked up a Oh my god. I just got a special towel in the mail the other day for my little cousin, because he's really into Soulsborne. I picked up a big black towel with a red text on it that says, "You dried." Get a kick out of that. Oh, I should have healed Alma. That's what I should have done. Whoops. Whoopsie doopsie. So I got that. I got one small thing for my mom. And I haven't really done much else, really. That's been it. And it's already December 13th. We've got, like, what, one more weekend to go, and then it's during the week is Christmas stuff? Like, what the hell is even happening, man? What the hell am I gonna do? And I'm working on, you know, this more elaborate gift here for a friend that I want to impress. But, you know, I haven't really figured out too much else. I should look into some cool other things to 3D print. Maybe do some cool things for family, but I don't know what yet. I kind of went ham on 3D printing last year, and now I don't know what to do anymore. But yeah, imagine a Pokemon game with Pokedex lore accurate Pokemon. Gardevoir shows up and just ends the world by pulling the Earth into a black hole. The end. Now that'd be something. Oh god. The burn friggin' killed ya! Please just stay in here. Damn. This is gonna be a lot more painful than Xerneas, huh? That's my girl. Making a black hole. I did it! Oh god, this is gonna turn into the entire stream, man, isn't it? Past 9, gotta sleep so I can enjoy my day off tomorrow. Fair enough there. Have a good rest of the night there, Christy. Good luck with this, thanks. It's a truly impressive victory, but none of us will be able to rest easy unless you catch it. Aww, but I killed it. We can't let it start running wild. Hurry up and catch that thing for all our sakes. Oh my god. Do I want to put on poison powder instead? I probably don't. I probably want to have like sleep powder for the better catch rate. And then just like spam Pokeballs while you're low and hope that you don't heal too much with friggin' Oblivion Wing. Or something or other here. I don't know, man. This sucks, doesn't it? Yveltal's life force. Suppose you must have found it. Yveltal's an extremely dangerous Pokemon. I trust you will take care. You gotta catch it, right? It's a big job, but you ought to be up to it. Yavar! Yavar, what's your favorite letter of the alphabet? Yveltal appeared. Go, Alma! God! Okay. I have to do this to beat the game. This freaking sucks, man. Lock on, damn you! Uh-oh, and you're just dead. Immediately there. Please. Light screen. Wish. I know my favorite letter, my least favorite letter, is that one fucker that couldn't get on the world today, that bitch. Always hear people chatting about Wordles. Never done it in my life, but... Whoops, why am I doubling up light screen? I guess it charges up my Mega Juice. Moonblast. Go ahead and do this, dang you. Do that where I can. Psychic. Oop. Then, the wish comes through here, maybe. Here we go. Dark Pulse. Open the menu. Open the menu. Open the... Thank you. Dang it, I keep on going down by accident. Keep on just clipping the side, the left and right on the D-pad. One thing that I can kind of ramble about in the, in the meantime here is today there was a big Christmas party with my dad's side of the family. Which, when I say my dad's side of the family, this big Christmas party around halfway through the month is always like the whole family, essentially. It's a big community hall that's rented out, lots of people in there. I don't know like 90% of the people. I just kind of know the immediate family, and you know, I really don't know most people. And you know, I wasn't too social this time. I typically never am, but especially this time with like a whole lot of stuff that's been going on with my family lately. But one person that came over and was chatting to me, he was figured out from someone else that we had gone to like the same high school. So he was chatting with me about that, and I was like, yeah, I went to that high school. We didn't recognize one another, didn't seem to really know one another. And he had mentioned, like, oh yeah, I went to high school with, like, my best friend who's this name. And I was like, this name, last name? Like, I'm not going to be doxing people here. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I know him. And he was like, what? No way, that's my best friend. I was like, yeah, I'll tell you a couple stories about him. And was kind of sharing some stuff. This is someone from my German bilingual group that was in that whole, like, German bilingual program. So I, you know, grown up with it. I known, like, many years of my life. I hadn't seen him since high school. But apparently, it was this guy's best friend. And, like, we didn't really recognize one another at all. Later in the day, we had realized, like, wait, we knew of one another. Like, we never really knew one another, but we definitely knew of one another. Is the case here. So we were texting a little bit and, you know, talking about the school and stuff like that. And he was like, man, I realized when I was driving home, I know exactly who you are. You know, and, you know, so that was kind of interesting there. So unexpected kind of connection there. And I was on a phone call with him earlier today. He was like, yeah, I just kind of prefer calling over texting there. And we were chatting for a little bit about, like, the school and different things there. And, you know, what the schools were like over time and what we were doing at those times. You know, so that was a little bit of an unexpected thing nowadays. So yeah, this was someone that I knew existed then. And I knew people that I knew, but I never really knew him directly. I don't know. Possible I might have made a new friend today. What might have happened. Potentially. Here, maybe now I do sleep powder. And then switch to other Pokemon to keep you alive a little bit better. And now I only have so many of these things. Here, kind of do what I did with Yveltal. Or with Xerneas. Yeah, just making sure you're still asleep there. You didn't have that weird shade on you. There we go. That's how you do it. Okay, it wasn't too bad. So that's my little ramble of the day. Is the case. Now, how do you guys parkour over here? Eventually, there's too much weight on this glass, so it all just collapses onto the shoppers below. You never stop surprising me. To think that you would be able to conquer even Yveltal. I'm kind of surprised myself. But yeah, small world sometimes. Perhaps it's true that wanting something too much clouds the vision, sending one down paths that lead only to defeat. What are you going on about now, Gris? Nothing. Nothing at all. I was just thinking how wonderful it would be to have a serious battle against our friend here, who has subdued Lumios's mightiest Pokemon. Lumios's mightiest Pokemon, wouldn't it be like the region's mightiest Pokemon? Seriously, if there's a point here, would you mind getting to it? My point is only that my old fixation upon restoring our honor held me captive to the past. Now I am focused wholly on becoming the greatest I can be. A better goal, I rather think. Yeah, I guess. Nothing wrong with that, huh? I prefer the look you get on your face when you're focused in battle. You almost look good. I think I also maintain a nice expression when I am dealing with our customers. Speaking of which, are you all ready for a nice coffee break? I don't drink coffee. Alright, one piping hot cup of props to you. Yeah. I swear it's not just dregs we couldn't sell today. Not just dregs we couldn't sell today. I don't actually know what dregs means in this context, I'm gonna be honest with you. Mission 41, the one that takes. There, geez, that was a little bit more elaborate than I expected it to be. Catching dark types. Catching flying types. I'm surprised that no one ended up naming Xerneas when I caught that Xerneas. And now there's the opportunity to name Yveltal, technically. But I guess it's not, like, as in-your-face when, you know, there isn't a, what do you like to nickname this Pokemon screen? And you have to, like, separately go into the box and do that. Beedrill used the Harden. Okay. What the hell do I do now? Why are these grayed out? Oh, probably because I'm, like, in battle, I guess. So, in terms of main missions, it still just says keep battling in the Infinite ZA Royale. I didn't get a new thing that came up. Like, I thought that there would be a thing that would come up now that I did the one that gives and the one that takes. Maybe I chat here and something happens? But I assume I'm always going to have this main mission, because it's the Infinite ZA Royale. So it's probably going to be like the never-ending main mission. But wouldn't there be a thing for, we should take part in a reward match and you secure a challenger's ticket? I might just Google what I need to do, actually. You like the battle? Oh, now you can go up against any of them. I gotcha. So it kind of introduced that you could do that. Not the greatest UI, but I guess they only know how to design one UI for lists there. Huh. What the hell do I do to progress now? Pokemon Legends EA, all main story missions. Because I could have sworn there was more than that when I looked up the list to see. Do I have to do anything else before I start the DLC? Sure, go to the Cerebi page. Let's see here. Yeah, the Infinite ZA Royale is going on there. The one that gives the one that takes to keep the world in balance, 42, and it is apparently the final one. That sounds very final-like. It sounds like I go catch Zygarde. So how the heck do I start that? After capturing Xerneas and Yveltal, when you return to the hotel, you will find L. Oh, okay. So I just go to the hotel, I guess. Whoops! Whatever, man. So go to Hotel Z. Would have been nice if there was a objective marker on that, but oh well. Oh well. Yeah, random question time. If a game released on all your modern game systems, Steam, PS5, Switch, Switch 2, etc., assuming the game was the same quality and price on each system, where would you buy it? Define release. Is it a game key card, as anything that releases on Switch 2 that isn't first party seems to be, pretty much? Because generally speaking, I would say Switch 2. I like being able to play things on the go and having the convenience of that. But, you know, if more and more things are getting standardized to game key cards, even if a game that I really wanted to play released on the Switch 2 and wasn't a game key card, part of me might be tempted to start switching over to, like, Steam as my main thing. Because if my Switch 2 library is going to be, like, really sparse, like, I had a really elaborate Switch 1 library of so many games, evidently from my shelves. But I feel like my Switch 2 library is going to be pretty sparse, and, you know, I feel like I should kind of start switching my main platform to be over to PC or something like that. So, you know, I do really like the convenience of being able to play on the go. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here now. And that's probably the way that I'm going to buy Octopath Traveler. I almost said Champions of the Continent. Octopath Traveler 0 one of these days. When I eventually have the time, I'll probably just pick it up on sale on Steam, since it's a game key card on Switch 2 anyway. But, you know, that's really, really annoying to me, because I own Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 on the Switch, physically. And then on the Switch 2, it's the game key card. So, like, I could complete my library and have them all on my Switch. But I would either have the inferior version of the game, or I'd have it only digitally, with, like, the tiny little chip of plastic that lets me access my digital copy of the game. And it just feels really shitty. So, like, I would feel inclined in the case of something like Octopath 0 to go on to the Switch 2. Just because, like, that's what my library has been built up from up until this point for that whole series. You know, I'd feel a lot more inclined out the gate to be picking up Octopath Traveler 0 on Steam if I already owned Octopath 1 and 2 on Steam, but I don't. So my library is going to be across platforms and messed up. So if we're talking about just purely, you know, not something that I already have, like, a library of titles in that series, like a completely different IP. I'm not trying to keep my library consistent or anything like that. It's something standalone. Maybe Switch 2, only if it's actually physical, but even as is, depending on how the next couple of years go, I might start leaning more towards, like, PC and Steam, just for the consistency, just to start building up a library there, because I'm worried about, like, the future of my library on the Switch 2 at this point. And so I may as well just go into the thing that I know is always going to be the way that is there, at least probably. So, yeah. Hear me out, Harmony, we can solve both your issues. The solution is the Steam Deck. Yeah, maybe, I guess, there, but, you know, we'll see here. Maybe I'll start getting a lot more into PC gaming in the coming years, because I do like being able to, like, grind in, like, one of my ongoing playthroughs on the go, or something like that. Or, you know, maybe I'm watching a movie with family or something like that. And I'm kind of mostly paying attention to the movie, but just kind of absent-mindedly grinding in something on, like, my Switch here just to, like, make progress or something like that off camera between my streams. I do like being able to do that, but, you know, I can technically do that on my laptop if it's in the home here and I can be on the Wi-Fi. On the go, my laptop battery is drained like that. Its storage really sucks on that thing. So even though it's a gaming laptop, I don't think I would trust it for that. I love my gaming PC. of my gaming PCs, I guess I should say. I have my legs on my secondary one, which my PC at work, these tiny little think machines, whatever the heck, the things that are like yay big, the lag on it is starting to drive me up the wall. One of these days, I might just take this secondary PC into work and just turn it into my work machine, so I can do like my programming and bazillion tab stuff here without it lagging out the wazoo. At work recently, I had something happen to me that I've never had happen to me in programming. I ran out of RAM. My program couldn't run because I ran out of RAM. It couldn't load 400 megabytes of RAM. It was unavailable. In which case I gotta figure out another leg rest for under here, but that's besides the point. But then, hey, I'd have a freaking gaming PC at work. They're not gonna catch me gaming there, Noah. Just kidding there. But yeah, so I have two gaming PCs. Gaming laptop. But, you know, it's meh. And it's nowhere near as nice as having, like, a little gaming tablet or something there. If I'm in the home and, like, under Wi-Fi, one of these days I want to learn how to use Steam Link and then connect, like, one of my controllers through Bluetooth to my phone. And then I can grind on, like, my Steam games on my phone if I'm on the Wi-Fi or something like that. That would be even more convenient than, like, the Switch, I would think. Just like a controller in my lap, my phone right here, there's the game, and then maybe that's how I grind in something like Octopath Traveler 0, you know? Little phone on lap, just kind of controller chipping away here or something like that. Maybe that's the way that I go in the future here, you know? But yeah. Yeah, good old Steam Deck. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day here. I still need to, maybe one day I'll finally get a multicolor printer. That'll be a pretty penny if I do. Well, not too much so, but you know what I mean. Like, not exactly cheap by any means. I don't really need a Steam Deck, so I don't really see myself getting one. I still need to get a replacement smartwatch ever since I switched over to Samsung, because screw Apple. This Apple Watch that I have is still just a watch, and that's it. And I got one. I got an open box unit from Best Buy Marketplace, and it's defective. It doesn't work. I have to dig out a box that this can fit into again and return it for a refund now. And so that's another thing I need to purchase, is a new watch so I can actually like get text notifications and stuff like that and stop missing all my texts like I have been constantly, because I got so used to having a smartwatch for years. So I gotta get a friggin' smartwatch. I would like to get some more storage for this PC one of these days. Maybe a multicolor printer one day. Like, there's a lot of things that would be higher on the priority list. I want to get a new car. New to me. Not, like, new. Like, I don't think I'd ever see myself getting a new car from the dealership. Like, that. Why? New to me. Something used. Something all-wheel drive to deal with the winters here a little bit better. I want to do that one these days. That's gonna be a little expensive. All the stuff I do with my Fargo. There's just a lot higher on my priority list than a Steam Deck. All a Steam Deck would realistically give me is the ability to play my games, like, from point A to point B, or if I'm, like, actually gone. You know, if I figure out how to work Steam Link and stuff on my phone, then I can just, you know, there's my truck, by the way. Then I can just, like, grind on my phone or something like that, in theory. And maybe that's gonna be the way that I go for, like, the future of my gaming stuff in general. I don't know. The modability of the Steam Deck is very good. That I've heard as well. So as far as I'm aware, the Steam Deck hasn't had a price hike due to the RAM shortage, which is a little surprising. Yeah, I hear that, I saw some article recently that was like, new phones that are coming out, the new lower end phones are going to have like a RAM decrease compared to what they used to have because of the whole RAM shortage that's going on right now. Steam Deck, use it as a handheld while you're watching a movie or whatever to do some grinding. Then when you stream, just run the game on your PC for better performance. Yeah, but like Steam Link on my phone. If I'm in the same household anyway, just do that. And then it's a much more convenient screen anyway. And connect the controller. I gotta figure out how to do it one of these days, because that'd be really nice for me. Hello, welcome back, Nerex. Go buy some more RAM. It's only $400 USD for 32 gigs right now. Is that what it's at? Ramon, you've just described the PS Portal, but for Steam. I tried to get the PS Portal or whatever it was to work once when I was having capture card issues at one point there. Switch to Android, nice. Yeah, I knew that it would make this not work, that I'd have to bite the bullet a little bit, but I'm really glad I made the switch. The Apple, it's so shitty, man. Apple's doing one nice thing right now. They're lobbying against online age verification. They're probably doing it for money, let's be honest, but their motives don't bother me in this moment. They're actively fighting having to send a picture of my ID to download a calendar app, and I support it. Yeah, well, that's good, at least there. Don't like Apple, but credit where it's due. Yeah, fair enough. My stepfather has a PS Portal. Oh, I almost read that as Piss Portal, and I was like, what the heck? Is that the Wii U gamepad thing? What do you mean, PS Portal? Am I getting mixed up with what this is? PS Portal. Is that tablet thing that was like the Wii U gamepad? It is. It is that. But no, I wouldn't attach controllers to my phone. I would literally just have like a separate controller here and then like my phone and then, you know, be able to play around the household or something like that. That's a handheld wasted money thing. Phone Steam Link idea is literally just a makeshift Steam PS Portal. Yeah, it essentially would be then, yes. It would indeed be, which is where I would be doing the majority of my grinding there anyway. If I'm out of town at, like, the family's lake cabin. I don't know how I'd go about it. I usually just connect to the Wi-Fi and then, like, grind on my laptop that's being streamed from my desktop at home. That's what I did when I was briefly playing through Persona 5X. This is what I did there. So, yeah, you know. How much friggin' is RAM nowadays, like, here? I haven't looked into it in a while. Which is out of curiosity. So now you've got me curious. Let's see here. Memory Express. Memory Express is kind of my go-to place. They actually sponsor some of the Fragapalooza and Mega FPS events as well. Like, they provide prizing and stuff. So, Memory Express is cool. They put some stuff forward. Like, they've got some stuff there. 100% Canadian owned and operated. Yeah, and they're a cool company. RAM. Wait, I can just look here. Is the case. Because now you've got me curious. Memory. Oh my god. 32 gigs. $520 Canadian. Yeah, I know that we were joking about, like, the DDR5 RAM that RJ has during Night Rain here recently. About that being, like, gold there. He has those 2 sticks of DDR5 RAM that he won from Fragapalooza. Oh my god. Like, I haven't looked into it too much. What's causing the RAM shortage right now? Is it all the bazillion investments that are going into, like, LLMs and generative AI and stuff like that? Is that what's eating it up a lot? Sure, there's factors like tariffs and stuff like that as an extent as well. This is... I'm pretty sure I have this in my PC. Pretty sure this is 2 of my sticks. I'm pretty sure I did not pay that. I think I paid the 100-some, if memory serves. But it's been a long time, so I wouldn't remember. Well, for the record, I wasn't joking about the cost of 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I'm seeing that. DDR5 being the much more standard thing. Let's say you wanted 2 times 64 gig. Whew. Oh boy. But, let's say you wanted just 2 times 32. Like, that's a grand. Well, that's gotta be a typo there. It should say, like, 2 times 24. To be the case. Which I guess... Oh, 1 times 48. No, that's not a typo. It's just... Okay. It's a special different thing that I've never dicked around with. Huh. I just want 32 gigs of RAM. Huh. Well, I'm going to gladly enjoy the 48 gigs of RAM that are in my PC here currently. Huh. It's been a long time since I've shopped for RAM. I'm more than a little stunned. AI, yeah. Apparently, they all made large contracts with each RAM manufacturer to the point where AI data centers are getting about half of all the world's DRAM chips. Oh. Switch my input back over again. Makes you wonder what the hell is going to happen to the world when this AI bubble bursts. Because it is just losing, like, currently, it is just losing money like crazy. And it's hard to, you know, turn it into something that's going to be profitable. But it's just being kept afloat by everyone just continuing to invest billions into it. So, I'm really wondering what the next 5 or so years are going to be like. Oh boy.